Hello and welcome producers, my name is Switch and today I'm gonna guide you through the basics of Gakuen Idolmaster. Gakuen Idolmaster is an idol simulation game where you will work as a producers and guide your favorite idols to a world domination. The game consisted of two main parts, the produce part and the contest part. In the produce part, you will have to choose one of the produce idols to produce along with 6 support cards. Each produce campaign consisted of a fixed number of weeks. In each week, you will have a choice to make in order to strengthen your idol for them to be able to pass the midterm and the final exam. After finishing each produce campaign, you will receive that idol's memory, which in turn will be used in the contest part to battle other producers' idol and receive some yummy rewards. In this video, we will focus mainly on the produce part of the game. This is the main screen of the produce part. So starting from the top left is a number of weeks left until the next exam. In the top middle is your stamina and P points, which is kinda like a money. You can spend P points to get some benefits in the campaign. The top right is an estimated parameter requirements for the next exam. In the example here, you can see that the most important parameter is visual, following by dance and vocal. And you need them all to be over 150. If you don't have enough parameter, it doesn't mean you couldn't attend the exam, but it would be a lot harder to pass it. The current parameters of your idol is displayed in the middle. The bottom left of the screen shows the drinks you have. These are the items you can use in lessons and exams. And the most important thing here is below your parameters. They are the choice you can make each week. Each week presents you with a different list of choices, with the exception of resting, which is available every week. Resting will make the time pass, but recovers a lot of stamina for your idol. By clicking the notebook icon right of your idol's parameters, you can open up a schedule, which you can confirm the choices available each week. I will go through each choices you can make here. Starting with lessons, which improve your idol's certain parameters according to how well you do in those lessons, which is another topic I will talk later on. The next is attending class, which will give you choices to improve your idol's parameters in exchange of a little bit of stamina. The next is requesting support, which will give you random amounts of P points and items. The next is hangout, which will give you choices to recover your idol's stamina and also give you some cards. And the last one is consulting. It will give you chance to spend P points to buy and upgrade cards and items. Think of it as a shop. And that concludes all the activity you can choose each week. Now if you look at the schedule, we will see that the week before midterm and final exam has a forced activity. This is catch-up lessons or oikomi lesson in Japanese. It's a lesson that you can gain a lot more parameters and also gain a little bit of other parameters you didn't choose. So it's a good idea to use this to raise the most important parameters in the upcoming exam. And also, after finishing the catch-up lesson, you will recover a lot of stamina, so don't afraid to use them there. Now, we will go over the basics of how the lesson works. The lesson is like playing card games, where you will be dealt 3 cards each turn from your deck. Then you choose one of card to play, and then moves on to the next turn. Before we get to the cards, let's look around the screen first. On the top left shows how many turns you have left. Clear the lesson before this runs out, or you will fail the lesson. In the top middle shows the points you have to reach in order to clear the lesson. After number reaches 0, it will be reset to a new number that you need to score in order to perfect the lesson. Perfecting the lesson will give you more parameters and give some stamina back depending on number of turns left. Top left shows your current parameters value. Below it is your stamina bar. A lot of cards use stamina in order to be played. The right of stamina bar is Genki. The Genki works like a shield. Whenever your card uses stamina, it will use Genki first before using stamina. Below stamina is the P items you have. This item will be used automatically whenever the conditions are met. At the bottom left, show the drinks item you have. The effect of item varies from giving you stats, changing your cards, or letting you play 2 cards in a single turn. You can check the cards in your deck by clicking this icon at the bottom right. So there are 4 tabs here. The first tab shows the card in your hand. The second one shows the cards that are still in your deck. The third one shows the cards in your discard pile. And the last one shows the card that isn't in play anymore. You can skip the turn if you don't want to play any cards or running out of stamina. You will recover 2 stamina instead. Now, before we are going into the cards, I want to talk about the plan or type of an idol first. Produced idols are divided into 2 plans. The first one is sense, which is indicated by this icon. And the other one is logic, which is indicated by this icon. The 2 plans of idol will make use of different card effects, which will help you in the lesson. Now, it's time to get into the cards. Cards are divided into 2 main types, active and mental, indicated by A and M letter above the name of the cards. Active cards give you points, while mental cards give you various effects. The number on the top left shows points you will receive when playing the cards. This appears only in active cards. The bottom right shows the amount of stamina required to play the card. Some cards will have a red heart mark instead of a green heart. This indicates the card will ignore Genki and directly uses stamina. Above the stamina of some cards will have a plus sign. This indicates that the card has been upgraded and is stronger than the normal version. The top right shows the amount of Genki it will give. Reminder that you will lose stamina when using card first before gaining Genki back. And the bottom left shows the additional effect it will give. Now let's talk about the type of effects. Sense plan idols will make use of these 2 following effects. Kojo, or good condition, represented by the muscle icon. When you are in good condition effect, every card you play will gain 50% more points. The amount of good condition indicates the turn left and will decrease by 1 at the end of each turn. And Chuju, or concentration, represented by the fire icon. When you have concentration effect, every time you gain points, you will gain those points plus the amount of concentration you have. This effect will not decrease at the end of each turn. Meanwhile, logic idols make uses of these following effects. Ko-in-sho, or good impression, represented by the thumbs up icon. When you have good impression, at the end of each turn, you will gain points equal to the amount of good impression you have. Then it will be decreased by 1. And Yaruki, or motivation. When you have motivation, whenever you gain Genki, you gain that amount plus the amount of motivation you have. This effect will not decrease at the end of each turn. When you gain the effects from these cards, it will be shown at the top left of the lesson screen. Now, when you look above, you might see this icon. It indicates the additional condition of the lesson. When you complete it, you will get some benefits. So that's about it for the basic of lessons. Let's move on to the exams. Exams are pretty similar to lessons, bar a few differences. The top left that shows the turn left now have a ring around it. These colors indicates the type of parameter that will be used each turn. The more amount of that parameter you have, the more multiplier you will receive. Note that it only multiplies the point you get that turn. So it's better to plan out and go big in a turn that uses parameter you excel at. The top right will also show the idol you are competing with. Finish inside top 3 and you will pass the exam. Pass the final exam and you will see the ending and feel rewarded for an hour you just spent instead of going to bed at 3 AM. And that's wrap up the basic fundamental of Gakuen Idolmaster. If you have any question or suggestion, please feel free to comment. Or like the video if you find this useful. Have fun producing, and until next time.